So I am here to talk about my biggest mistakes with the Chia network, but before we do that, I need to get something off of my chest. You see, I want to be completely transparent with you guys, and the 1.6% of girls who watch this content as well. There's an issue. You see, we got some haters dropping hate comments on my videos. I mean, look at this. Can you believe this? Calling me out for holes in my t-shirt, telling me I should buy one hard drive less? Don't you know what this means? Dell EMC? Every megabyte counts? So this one's for you, Prismec. Calling me out on my holy shirt. And buying t-shirts? Do you know who I am? I'm a YouTuber, okay? I can't buy t-shirts. I only wear t-shirts that are free. This was free. My Dell Technologies World sweatshirt, free. My signature orange Gucci t-shirt, $3 at Hobby Lobby. Okay, I felt like splurging for that one, so that doesn't happen often. See, buying shirts is not my weakness. If anything, energy drinks are my weakness. So if you're watching this and you want to help out this channel and you happen to own an energy drink company, sponsor this channel. Preferably if it's on the healthier side of energy drinks, or preferably Mango Zevia energy drinks. That would be fantastic. This video is sponsored by Chia Explorer. This is a fantastic tool for everything Chia, and it can easily be used to estimate your Chia earnings based on your allocated storage space. This will be your go-to tool whenever you want to see the transactions of the Chia network. If you're anything like me, you want to know where you stand in comparison to the rest of the network. You can do that with Chia Explorer by taking a look at the total network capacity, top farmers, and more. Check it out using the link below. So if you're still here watching this video, wondering what you're watching, well, this is Coin Breakthrough. I'm Caleb. We post videos every day at 10 a.m. This is all about cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. So if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in the industry, be sure to subscribe and slap the little bell icon. Just slap it. That way you get notified of my 10 a.m. videos. Except I don't even know if that actually works. I'm not convinced. I would say the biggest issue I've had with the Chia network, and that's what I'm calling this video, but this goes for a lot of different projects I'm getting involved with, is kind of necessary to some extent, because when you get into a project, at some point you just have to do it, whether or not you have the experience and you know enough to really excel at it, because you're not going to get that experience unless you just start somewhere. So some of these silly mistakes I've made with the Chia network, well, if I wanted to get to where I'm at today, an expert, well, I would have to have made these mistakes. The first issue is all really tied to money and not really approaching this project with a proper budget of how much money I wanted to spend, and it quickly became something where I was buying a thing here and there, and it ultimately added up. Throughout this whole process, I was thinking of ways to save money or do things smart, when the total amount money spent, I could have approached it saying, hey, here's my budget, what can I get for this amount of money? And probably have built a better, more manageable system. So starting off, I was like, okay, how can I utilize what I already have? I have this iMac here, so let me just get, a hard drive enclosure and, an NVMe drive, and then I'll just connect some hard drives through USB. Not too bad, but overall the experience was not the greatest. So then I was like, okay, let me try something else, because this iMac I'm using, this is for the work I do with YouTube. So I was kind of splitting the system, and we can't realistically edit these videos, which takes 100% of the computing power, and plot Chia at the same time. So it wasn't something I really thought through thoroughly, and I just think I wasted some money on some tech that may have been spent better elsewhere. Even when it just comes to sound, if you're running this computer all the time, the fans start to pick up, and that additional sound can easily be picked up by my microphone. So using my work computer essentially as my Chia computer as well probably wasn't the ideal approach. For many of you, this will work just fine. If you have a laptop around, or you just want to do some plotting when you're not using the computer, that works fine. But I use this computer, I know you guys can't see it, but I'm looking at it, it's right here. I use this thing every single day for my videos, every day. Like, it's midnight on a Sunday, like here I am taking video stuff. So yeah, this thing is always being used for my business. So I think utilizing the hardware you have is fantastic. I just don't think the hardware I had was really ideal for the Chia system. Basically, I have Apple products, something that you can't easily add hard drives to, and you're forced to use external enclosures. And that just really adds up in money. And that money probably would have just been better to put towards building a dedicated computer, which I ultimately did. And even with that, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, so there's a big learning curve with building my first computer, and I bought a lot of parts that I probably wouldn't have bought if I just spent a little bit more time researching and really seeing how other people were doing it. I think I was just a little eager to get started, and maybe just spending a little bit more time researching proper hardware would have been better. So to pay for part of this stuff, I sold cryptocurrency, and I talked about that in a previous video. And this is something I probably would have preferred not to do. Basically, I want to set up a system where I'm acquiring new cryptocurrencies and I have a widely distributed portfolio where, I don't know which project's going to do best, but I'm invested in a bunch of different things. So when I start investing in projects, I don't then want to sell out and try to buy into other projects every day. I want to just buy and hold a bunch of different good cryptocurrencies. So I probably would have preferred to try to just save some money and just start with a really good, effective system to start with and not try to hack a bunch of stuff like getting my iMac to work for plotting. And when I joined the network, I had so much pressure to get as many plots plotted as quickly as possible, because that is part of the system. It takes a long time to get these plots made. And when the network launched, I wanted to be ready. But again, I just didn't plan well enough, and I had programming content for my YouTube channel that I had to work on, course stuff to work on, and the computer I built ended up just sitting there for a few days or a week, not doing anything because I just didn't have the time to work on it. So I was so rushed to get everything up front and get started, and then it just sat there. It would have been better just to wait and make sure I got the right equipment and get faster, better equipment and not just rushed in and bought something right away. Now, the next big mistake from my perspective, one of my goals is to learn as much as possible about the cryptocurrency industry and the other projects out there. But what I did was I kind of went all in with this one project, Chia. And, I'm excited because, I'm able to produce content about it. I'm able to compete. But I also think I should have maybe spent a little bit more time in some other projects out there that have potential to create content about. Because right now on this channel, about 50% of my content is Chia content. And that's awesome, but there's other networks that I have interest in that I want to try to create content about. So maybe the money invested in incorrect hardware may have been better invested in other mining machines, maybe trying some Ethereum mining or whatever it might be. I'm just throwing that out as an example. My biggest reason for getting into Chia was just to explore a new avenue of cryptocurrency. And I also want to explore other avenues of cryptocurrency as well. And I'm especially interested in projects that are similar to Chia that, may use hard drive space to some extent, or networks that have different consensus mechanisms that are new or might not have as many people talking about them on YouTube. So those are the biggest things for me. I'm just kind of chatting here. I didn't really plan this out ahead of time. So as I go on, I think all these mistakes are going to be insignificant. Like, why would I be upset for putting a lot of time into Chia? Like, that doesn't really make sense in the long term. Also, like, with creating this content and getting Chia currency, investing in hardware, even if it wasn't the best option, is also not a huge mistake. So all these mistakes are normal in my eyes, and I'm willing to make mistakes when I try new things. What I just want to do is continue learning and continue growing my knowledge in Chia and cryptocurrency in general. So what I want to know from you watching is if there's other cryptocurrency projects that you think are interesting that you could do along with Chia, then drop a comment below. Or if you've made any really dumb mistakes, drop a comment below, because I need to learn from you so I don't have to make them myself. That'd be helpful. Also, just wanted to do a reminder that I did do some Chia builds, and I think these ones were pretty good. So if you want to check those videos out, you can, and I put all of the parts in the comments section. So if you want to support this channel and you're looking to build a Chia computer, then I'd recommend you consider checking those videos out and just get everything you need to get started. But again, go into this considering how much storage you ultimately want to end up. If you're planning, to have a petabyte of storage, then there might be better solutions out there. Once you have, 2 or 3 or more machines, well, then it's kind of obnoxious. So it'd probably be better just to stick with an all-in-one computer if you have a maximum capacity of 360 terabytes, that is. All right, well, enough rambling for the night. This video is just kind of out of the blue, so it might be different than some of the upcoming content. So I do encourage you to subscribe and see some of the new stuff we're going to be working on, because we have a lot of cool projects in the works, not only in the Chia world, but also decentralized finance and other sections of the blockchain industry as well. So lots of cool stuff. I'll see you in the next episode.